Hey, welcome everybody. This is CP Cards and Dice, and we're replaying the opening day of 1992. I looked it up and I saw, I don't remember the exact date. I need to look at that, but it's going to be Roger Clemens on the mound for the Boston Red Sox. The Boston Red Sox are at old Yankee Stadium, the original Yankee Stadium, against Scott Sanderson, who's starting for the Yankees. Scott Sanderson was 12-11 with a 4.93 ERA, almost a 5 ERA in 33 starts, probably giving up the gopher ball. And let's take a quick look at 1992. The reason I picked 1992 is actually it's the year I met my wife, and after about 6 months of being together, I ordered some APA, and we went to Europe, and we sat. And every afternoon, you know, between going out in the morning, going out in the evening, we roll a game of APA. And that was some of the more warm memories that I have from playing with my wife in actually, we played in 1993, but you bought, the season that I bought was the 1992 season. So that's why I still, every so often, I'll play 1992 season games. And it was the Yankees. At that time, I was big into the Yankees, even though the Mets were winning. I mean, I was also a Met fan. But, you know, the Yankees were the team that I grew up really. When I started watching baseball, the Yankees were playing at Shea Stadium. 1992 schedule. So looking at the schedule now, 1992 schedule, baseball reference, just to get an idea. It's Tuesday, April 7th. So this is a Tuesday, April 7th game. And we're right about to get started. We're going to have a giveaway today. I'm going to give away a couple of teams. I guess I'm going to give away it's just 62 Giants and the 62 Giants, and I guess the 27 Yankees. 62 Giants, 27 Yankees. I think they're pretty much complete. There was one player I think that was missing in one of these sets. I can't remember which one, but you'll have to kind of reproduce that. Can't remember which guy it was. Let me see. Wait. I think it was. I remember. Anyway, giving these away. So let me know. I have a question, the answer to the question, and so forth, and then we'll do it that way. All right, let's get started. The lineups, it's going to be Wade Boggs leading it off to third base. It's going to be Jody Reed at second base, batting second. Batting third is Mike Greenwell in left field. And in center field is Burks. He's the cleanup hitter. Phil Plantier batting fifth in right field. Jack Clark is the DH, batting sixth. Batting seventh is Mo Vaughn. He's the first baseman. Not a very good first baseman. He's a 4, according to Strat. Tony Pena batting eighth, the catcher. Batting ninth is Luis Rivera, shortstop. He's a 3 shortstop. Again, not a very good fielding team. I have 1-2, and that's Tony Pena. So we're about to get started. It's going to be Scott Sanderson. So Scott Sanderson is going to pitch. Let's actually put him there. And we're using basic just to keep it quick and fun. And let me look for the dice that I need for this game. I can't even remember. I need 2 reds and a white, a tiny white one. Let's see here. There we go. And all right, and then we need this 20-sided die, I believe, as well. Let me get rid of all this cat hair and dog hair. All right, so let's go. Let's start it off. Wade Boggs, heck of a hitter. Didn't have a very good 1992 season, batted only .259. So this was an off season for Boggs. That's going to be a 2-9. That's going to be a split die. 1 to 5 is a triple, otherwise it's a double. And that's going to be a double into the gap for Wade Boggs. And he's at second with a double. Scott Sanderson now is going to pitch to Jody Reed, who steps in the box. And that's Snake eyes. Let's see what we didn't roll the. That's a 6. It's off Sanderson's card, so it's a fly ball to right field, B. And I don't have that chart. Where is that chart now? I can't remember what B means, but I have a bunch of charts here. Here it is. All right, let's see. B for fly balls. Runner on third scores, others hold. Okay, there you go. So that's fly ball to right, F9. And next is Mike Greenwell. And pitch to Mike Greenwell. This could be a 1-7. A 1-7 is a base hit single. That's going to drive in Boggs because it's got 2 stars. So it's an RBI single for Greenwell. And the Red Sox are up 1-0 here at Yankee Stadium. Ellis Burks. That's a 6-8. And that's going to be a split again. 1-4 is a home run, and that's a 14. That's going to be one hop off the wall. And Burks is a 14 running. We're going to try to score him. And we just roll. We roll the 14 there. Oh, well, actually, that roll was for the new roll. And he scores. So it's RBI double for Ellis Burks. And the Red Sox, with 1 out here, up 2-0. RBI double for Burks. Next is Phil Plantier. Plantier batted .248 with 7 home runs and 350 at-bats in 1992. And where's the other die? It's a 5-10. A 5-10 fly ball center field X. Center fielder, Yankees, Roberto Kelly's a 3. And we rolled a 17. Outfield 17 is an out. And it's a 1. A 1 out is a advanced 1 base. So the batter advances 1 base to third base. Fly out 8, 2 out. And it's it's Jack Clark steps to the plate. With a pitch from Sanderson. And that's a 3-6. A 3-6 is a strikeout. And that retires the side. High Cheese gets Clark. And we move to the bottom of the first. It's 2-0 Red Sox. So it was 3 hits, 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 left on. And it's going to be Roger Clemens taking the mound for the Red Sox. He's going to be facing Randy Velarde, leading off at shortstop. Not a very good shortstop. He's a 4 shortstop. Don Mattingly, who's a master at first base. He's considered a 1 fielding. Then you got Roberto Kelly in center field. Hall in left, batting 4th. Batting 5th is Tarnable, the DH. Noakes, the catcher, batting 6th. Batting 7th is Barfield in right field. He's a 2. Then you got Charlie Hayes, a 2 third baseman, batting 8th. And batting 9th is Pat Kelly, the second baseman, with a 3 rating. Let's get going. Here's the pitch from Clemens. It's going to be a 4-12, and that's going to be a ground ball second base. Right there is Reed. Throws out Velarde. Up is Don Mattingly. Don Mattingly had an off year, 287 with only 14 home runs and 650 at-bats, 640 at-bats. And that's a 2-7. A 2-7 is popped up to the right side. Right there is Vaughn. Mo Vaughn makes the catch. 2 down. And it's Roberto Kelly. 1-7. 1-7 is a ground ball to third base. Up with it is Boggs. Across the diamond and throws out Kelly, who moves down that line. But that's 3 up, 3 down. End of 1. No score. No score by the Yankees. 2-0 Red Sox. We go to the top of the second. Scott Sanderson facing Mo Vaughn. Here's the pitch. And I'm having some issues, so I'm going to have to put something underneath here to kind of raise it up a little bit. It's going to be a 5-7. 5-7 is a split die single triple. It's a 20. So that's going to be line base hit for Mo Vaughn. He's on at first with a single. Mo Vaughn singles to start off the second inning. And next is going to be Pena, Tony Pena, a 3-8. That's lined and caught by the shortstop, Velarde. Heads up by Velarde on that liner, right into his glove. And it's Rivera, Luis Rivera. What the heck? Oh. And that's a 6-8, 6-8. Oh, that's a split die deep drive. Deep drive by Luis Rivera. And that's going to be, off the top of the wall. Off the top of the wall. And Vaughn is going to stop at third. So a double for Luis Rivera, second and third now. And Wade Boggs with runners on second and third. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a 5-5. A 5-5 is a strikeout for out number 2. Big strikeout of Wade Boggs. Now, Wade Boggs doesn't strike out very often. I don't even think he has a strikeout on his card. Yeah, that's the issue you run into when you're dealing with the basic game. Like the only time, I think he had like 20 strikeouts. I bet you. Let me take a peek and see here how many strikeouts Boggs had in 1992. Wade Boggs had in 1992 had 30 strikeouts. Yeah, so they would all come off the pitcher's card basically. So Boggs strikes out, and it's Jody Reed with 2 out runners on second and third. Here's the pitch to Reed from Scott Sanderson. 6-6, and that's ball 4. So Reed walks, and that loads the bases. So you got Vaughn at third, Rivera at second, and Jody Reed at first. And Greenwell, who singled as an RBI single in the first inning, is up here in the second with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Scott Sanderson looks in for the sign. And that's going to be a 4-7. A 4-7 is a 1-18 single. That's line base hit. And that's going to score Vaughn. Rivera is going to get stopped at third. Left fielder gets the ball in quickly. RBI, the second RBI single of the game for Greenwell, and the bases are still loaded. Here's the pitch. Stepping into the box is Ellis Burks, center fielder. Burks batted .255 with 8 home runs and 235 at-bats. Here's the pitch. It's a 1-11. A 1-11 is a ground ball comebacker back to Sanderson, who feels his position and throws out Burks, and that retires the side. But the Red Sox pick up another run on 1, 2, 3 hits, and they lead it by a score of 3-0. Going into the bottom half of the second inning. Now, Roger Clemens was 18-11 with a 2.41 ERA in 1992. So he's showing off his Hall of Fame chops, even in 1992. Mel Hall has a dark past and a dark present. I believe he's in jail. Mel Hall is actually in jail at this point for child pornography or for rape of a minor. Let's take a look quickly at that. Mel Hall, he's the cleanup batter for the Yankees, ex-Cleveland Indian. Yeah, Mel Hall Jr., an American professional baseball player. Many crimes of Mel Hall. Yeah, he was sentenced to 45 years in prison in 2009 in a sex case. 45 for being convicted of raping a 12-year-old girl he coached on an elite basketball team. Crazy. Anyway, That's too bad. Mel Hall. Here's the pitch. It's 5-10. Ground ball, second base. Reed over to Vaughn. Oop, let's do that there. So that's karma. He makes out. And next is Danny Tartable. Danny Tartable. And that's a 2-7. 2-7 is a ball 4. Tartable is on at first. We're in the bottom of the second, 3-0 Red Sox. And it's Matt Noakes. Matt Noakes, the catcher. Noakes batted .224 with 22 home runs and 400 at-bats. So he showed some power. So that's going to be a 4-10. That's going to be a fly ball center field. And right there is Burks for out number 2. And it's Jesse Barfield. And that's 2-8. 2-8. And that's a strikeout. First strikeout of the game for Clemens. And that retires the side. We go to the top of the third, 3-0 Red Sox. Phil Plantier against Scott Sanderson here in the top of the third. The pitch to Plantier is a 3-10 ground ball comebacker to Sanderson. Over to first, 1 down. And that's a 3 foul ball. That's a 3-4. A 3-4 to Clark is a walk. So Clark walks. Got a lot of strikeouts on that 3 column. Holy smokes. Mo Vaughn now with 1 out and 1 on here in the top of the third. Pitch from Scott Sanderson. It's going to be a 2-7. 2-7 ground ball B. That's going to be a ground ball to third baseman Hayes. Over to second. Back to first. Not in time. It's going to be a fielder's choice for Vaughn. He's on at first. Doesn't have very much of a lead. Not a threat to steal at all. Here's the pitch to Tony Pena. This could be a 4-9. 4-9 is a strikeout. And that's strikeout number 3 for Sanderson. That retires the side. The Red Sox lead 1, score none. And at the end of 2.5, 3-0 Sox. Now, I don't think the Red Sox or the Yankees were very good in 1992. I believe it was the Toronto Blue Jays who were at the head of the class in 1992. Charlie Hayes, a .257 batter with 18 home runs and 500 at-bats. And 18 home runs was pretty decent for that time in terms of power. It was respectable. Roger Clemens, here's the pitch. And that's a 6-7. That's popped up to the right side. Reed is there. Puts it away. 1 down. Bottom of the third. 3-0 Red Sox. That's a 5-7. A 5-7. The ground ball, second base, X, who rolled a 19. Second baseman is Reed. Reed is a 2. So Reed is a 2, second baseman, a 19. That's going to be a ground ball out. So Kelly grounds out to Reed. 2 down. It's a pitch to Randy Velarde, who grounded out in the first inning. That's going to be a 5-7, 5-7. That's another ground out. That's an 11 this time. Jody Reed is a 2, and that's going to be an out of first, 4-3. 3 up, 3 down. That retires the side. So we played 3 so far. Scores 3-0 Red Sox. Sanderson got off to a shaky start, allowing 2 runs in the first and 1 run on the second. But he settled down somewhat. Let's see if that continues here in the top of the 4th inning. Here's the pitch to Luis Rivera, who hit a ball off the top of the wall in the second inning. It's going to be a 4-5. A 4-5 is a strikeout. So Rivera goes down swinging. 1 away. Next is Wade Boggs. He's 1 for 2. He's got a double and a strikeout. Only had 30 strikeouts in 1992 and over 500, well over 500 at bat. Well, 514 at bats. 5-6. It's a fly ball, deep center field. Back goes Kelly. and makes a nice running catch. Roberto Kelly runs it down in center field, the expansive center field of Yankee Stadium. An up-and-coming center fielder for the Yankees is Bernie Williams. He's on the bench for the Yankees. Jody Reed now facing Scott Sanderson. He flied out and walked. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. That's a 5-4. 5-4 is a ground ball. So it's to Hayes. Ground ball third base. Hayes. And that's a 19. Hayes is a 2. We rolled a 16, and that's going to be a nice pickup by Hayes. Throws on the run and gets Reed by half a step. 3 up, 3 down. Go to the top of the 4th. That's it for the top of the 4th. Go to the bottom of the 4th. Roger Clemens on the mound for the Red Sox. He's going to be facing Don Mattingly, who popped up in the first inning. Here's the pitch. And it's a 6-10. That's a ground ball third baseman. So that is to Boggs at third. Boggs is a 3. 19. That's, ground ball to Boggs, and he throws it over Mo Vaughn's head. And that's going to bounce out there into right field. After it is the right fielder Plantier, but that's going to allow Mattingly to make it to second base on an E5, a 2-base error by Wade Boggs. And we're going to double check that. Boggs is a 3, and we rolled a 19. And that's going to be a 2-base error on this basic chart. So E5, Mattingly's on at second base on that 2-base error by Wade Boggs. Just totally overthrew Mo Vaughn. That's a 4-7 now. A 4-7 is going to be a split die single, 1-16 single, and it's a 9, so it is a single. Runs advanced 1 base. So it's Kelly with a single, and it's first and third, nobody out here. So this is a good opportunity for the Yanks to get back in the ballgame. It's only 3-0. Mel Hall, who grounded out to second baseman. And that's going to be a 6-7 this time. That's popped up. Jody Reed under it. 1 away. Next is Danny Tartabull. Tartabull batted .266 with 25 home runs and 400 at-bats. And that's going to be a 5-6, and that's going to be strikeout. Curveball gets Tartabull. And with 2 outs now, it's Matt Noakes against Roger Clemens. Roger Clemens looks in for the sign. He sets and he deals. And that's a 111. A 111 is a hard-hit ground ball, 1 hopper to Jody Reed. Flips to Vaughn, and that retires the side. So the Yankees threatened there with 2 runners and nobody out, but they were retired in a consecutive fashion by Roger Clemens, who really bared down once he found himself in trouble. And go to the top of the 5th. Scott Sanderson facing Mike Greenwell in the top of the 5th. Greenwell's 2 for 2, 2 RBI singles. See if Sanderson can get the best of him this time around. That's a 3-6, and that's going to be ball 4. So Mike Greenwell has been on base all 3 times. Next is Ellis Burks. That's a 6-9er. That's a deep drive to center field. Back goes Kelly to the track, to the wall. It's out of here. 2-run home run by Ellis Burks. And it's a 5-0 ball game now. So Scott Sanderson has given up 5 runs in 5 innings. And it's Phil Plantier, the batter. And that's a 3-10. That's a ground ball, comebacker, back to Sanderson. Feels his position 1 away now. Next is Jack Clark. He's 1 for 2. And that's a 1-4. A 1-4, that's ball 4. Again, Clark walks. He's walked 2 consecutive back-to-back times. And Scott Sanderson with 1 out. There's action in the Yankee bullpen. That's going to be a 5-5. A 5-5. That's a strikeout. And that's strikeout number 5 for Sanderson. Strikes out Vaughn for the first time Tony Pena. A 212. 212 is lined and caught by shortstop, Velarde. That retires the side, but the Red Sox pick up 2 more on 1 hit and 2 walks. They leave 1, and at the end of 4.5, it's 5-0 Red Sox. Clemens is going to be facing Barfield, Hayes, and Kelly. Here's the pitch to Barfield. 4-7. 4-7, that's lined, and base hit. Falls in front of the left fielder, Greenwell. Barfield is on with a single. Charlie Hayes next. That's a 4-9er. 4-9er is ball 4. So 2 consecutive base runners, 2 consecutive batters reach base. And it's Pat Kelly with first and second, nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. Second consecutive inning where the Yankees have the first 2 runners on. Here's the pitch to Kelly. That's a 4-7. 4-7, and that's going to be a base hit. That's going to load the bases. Chopper to third. And Boggs had no chance in throwing out the hustling Kelly. So an infield hit for Kelly. Bases are loaded. And it's Randy Velarde. Velarde batted .272 with 7 home runs and 400 at-bats. He's 0 for 2 today, grounded out twice to the second baseman. Here's the pitch. It's a 4-12. A 4-12 is a ground ball second base C. So I believe that's going to be 1 out, and a run's going to score an RBI ground out for Velarde. Both runners move up. Hope I played that right. That's off the top of my head. Don Mattingly now with second and third, only 1 out. Oh, Jesus. What? It's like a bullet ricocheting. All right. Oh, again. There we go. 6-10. 6-10. Ground ball third base X, and that's a 10. Boggs is a 3. And that's going to be a out 3. Runner on first out is out going to second. Completion. There is 1 completion of double play. Other runners advance. So it's second and third, so none of that applies. That does not apply. So it's going to be basically a 5-3. Other runners advance 1 base. So another run scores on that ground ball into the hole, which Boggs makes a fine play on. But that's going to allow Hayes to score, and it's going to allow Kelly to move to first, but there's 2 outs now. So 2 RBI groundouts by the Yankees to make it a 5-2 ball game. And next is Roberto Kelly. Roberto Kelly singled in the 4th. Here's the pitch to Kelly, 5-8, and that's a strikeout, and that retires the side. Yanks pick up 1 hit there, no runs, 2 runs on 1 hit. They leave a man, and after 5 innings, it's 5-2 Red Sox. Scott Sanderson is going to get pulled. Let's see who the Yankees used in this game in relief. Let's see. Yeah, the Yankees in this game used a guy named Cadaret, Habian, and Farr. Cadaret, Habian, and Farr. Let's see if we have them. Hey, guys, who's there? Sports Time Machine in the house. Al, Red Sox fan. Hello, guys. Who else is there? Anybody else? Some other guys around, but they're lurking. That's good. All right. Oh, that's Boston. We got to look for Yankees. I'm going to pull out Habian. John Habian, I think, has a real good video. I think he lives and works in Long Island. He's the baseball coach of a college or high school team out in Long Island. I believe Habian also played with the Baltimore Orioles. He's friends with the Ripken brothers, and they do these camps, these baseball camps for kids. So John Habian right here. You see, the cool one thing that I really like about the Apple game is that it gives you information about like the players. You know, it'll tell you where they're from, where they were born, their height, their weight. It'll give you some information like that, and it makes it more I don't know, more real, or I guess it just adds character to the experience of playing. That's one thing that all the other sets don't have that, and I can understand why. I mean, you have limited space. You know, Apple kind of had a lot of empty space. They didn't do very much. They're a very simplistic system. I guess these cards need a lot of more, use a lot more space, and that they have all these columns and all these results, and most of the results are off the card. That's what I think made Strat-O-Matic so amazing. 80 or 85% of the results come off the cards, and I think most guys, or lots of guys, I don't know if all guys, but many of us enjoy, limiting the times that we have to access the charts. The great thing about Apple is you can memorize the charts, and you barely ever have to look unless it's like a first and third and like a real weird number comes up. But usually 13 is always a strikeout, and so on and so forth in Apple. And so it becomes a little, predictable. That's what I loved, and what drew me to Strat-O-Matic is that there's really much less predictability. In that you never really totally know which column is going to be the big hit column or the big out column on the pitcher, and so on and so forth. So Havian's going to be in there. He's going to be pitching to Rivera. Now, I was using highlighters, and now I am using I'm going to be using like Crayola colored pencils. I found these in my drawer, in my desk at work, and I said, hey, let's use these this weekend. So it's going to be Luis Rivera, who's 1 for 2. He's doubled and struck out against Havian. Now I'm playing basic, so lefty-righty matchups don't matter. So I'm not going to worry about that. Just trying to get through a game, and I'm giving away a couple things here. I'm going to ask a question, and whoever emails me first, I guess, is going to win them. If you want these 1962 Giants and 1927 Yankees, I'll send these out to you. Put them in a little envelope, so you can play a game yourself and maybe broadcast it and thank me. All right, so Luis Rivera, John Havian. Havian was 5-6 with a 3.84 ERA. That's a 5.7. 5.7, the ground ball X to the second baseman. Yankee second baseman is Pat Kelly. So Pat Kelly's a 3. We rolled a 12, and that's going to be an out, 4-3. So out number 1 now. And you can see that I laminated a little chart, basic chart, laminated that. This one's humongous. I haven't laminated that. I should, though. It's expensive to laminate these charts, though. It's not, especially if you want to laminate. Like laminating 10 charts can cost you $30. So you want to, be purposeful and methodical when you do this. You don't want to just be blowing, because that's money you can't spend on something else. And Wade Boggs is 1 for 3. Here's the pitch from John Havian. It's going to be a 3-5. A 3-5 is a line caught by the second baseman, Pat Kelly. So Pat Kelly catches the line out. And up next with 2 outs is Jody Reed here in the top of the 6th. It's a 5-2 Boston lead. And that's going to be a 5-8. A 5-8 is a split die 1-4 triple. We rolled a 2, so that's pulled down the line into the corner. After it is the outfielder, and around second is Reed. He's going to go for 3. Here's the relay, and he is out. No, safe under the tag. It looked like the umpire was calling him out, and then all of a sudden he showed a safe. So it's a 2-out triple by Jody Reed off of John Havian. And now Mike Greenwell, who's reached base all 3 times, is going to come up here in a 5-2 game. The Yankees trying to prevent the Red Sox from scoring any more runs. They only have 4 more chances to bat, 4 more opportunities to come up to the plate to maybe make up some of that. So Greenwell steps into the box. Havian looks in at Noakes for the sign. There's 2 outs here. Runner on third. Reed takes his lead off third. And Mike Greenwell has, he's 2 for 2 with 2 RBI singles. Another chance for an RBI here for Mike Greenwell. Greenwell had 18 RBIs on the season and 180 at-bats. Probably spent most of the season injured. But he does, this is opening day, so he is in the lineup. That's going to be 6-4. Havian, that's a fly ball, shallow left. Running in is Hall, and he makes it there for the third out. So the Red Sox pick up a triple by Reed and leave him stranded at third. They score none, and after 5.5, it's 5-2 Red Sox. Now ball B. All right, let's see. We are in the bottom of the 6th, excuse me, Roger Clemens on the mound for the Red Sox. The Roger Clemens. He was dragged into the PED era scandal library, and he's part of that. He's got the whole shelf there. Mel Hall, we were talking about him earlier, 45 years in prison. He's sitting in jail right now, and if he has access to YouTube, he may be watching this stream of him playing in this April 7th, 1992 game when he was a free man. Part of the industrial system of mass incarceration at this point. Mel Hall. Here's the pitch from Clemens. That's a 6-5. That's a strikeout. So Hall goes down looking, and it's Tartable. Tartable's 0 for 1, a walk and a strikeout. Here's the pitch to Tartable. That's a 2-4. That's a hard hit ground ball right into the glove of Reed, who throws the first, 2 out. And Matt Noakes. That's a 6-11. That's a ground ball right at Vaughn. Takes it himself, 3 up, 3 down. Go to the top of the 7th, 5-2 Red Sox. I can play one kind of a game here and there with Strat. I just don't see myself playing a whole season because of the lack of access to all the player cards in a simple, easy, friendly, user-friendly way. So that's why I'll play like one-off games, but I wouldn't attempt a season replay simply because of that, because so Havian is out, and actually we're going to let Havian go one more inning. John Havian versus Ellis Burks. Here's the pitch, a 2-8 strikeout. Next is Phil Plantier, who is 0 for 3. I think that's how you pronounce his name. It could be Plantier, but probably not. 3-8. Fly ball right field. And back goes Barfield. He's under it. A catch, 2 down. And Clark, Jack Clark. And that's 6-4. 6-4 fly ball left field. And that's 3 up, 3 down. Right there is the left fielder, Mel Hall. That's going to be it for Havian. And we're going to, so Havian's going to have 2 boxes here. And you can see I'm getting a visit from Frisky. Blue the cat is covered up the cards. I'm dealing with that crises at the moment. All right, thanks for coming here. It doesn't really like people all that much. I try not to touch her very often because she doesn't really enjoy that. But I guess she wanted to be on camera. Not camera shy, as you can tell. All right. So The Yankees coming up. Roger Clemens still pitching for the Red Sox. Had a shaky fourth and fifth inning. He had a dominant first three innings, then a more shaky fourth, particularly the fifth, where he actually gave up 2 hits and a walk, but then retired 3 consecutive batters. And then the sixth, also, so he's retired 6 in a row, going to the bottom of the seventh with Barfield stepping into the box. It's a 5-2 game. Jesse Barfield against Roger Clemens, 1992 Strat-O-Matic Basic. 4-7. And that's going to be line base hit. Base hit for Jesse Barfield. His second hit of the game. Just made that. I'll double check that. 4-7. 1-16, and we rolled a 16. Charlie Hayes now steps into the box. Here's the pitch. It's a 3-8. And that's going to be a hard hit ground ball right at third base. Boggs throws to Reed, back to first. 5, 4, 3, double play. 2 outs. And it's Pat Kelly. Kelly is 1 for 2. And that's a 2-8. And that's going to be a split die. And that's pulled down the line. Pat Kelly's going to hustle into second base with a 2-out double. Next is Randy Velarde. He's 0 for 3. He's grounded out to second base 3 consecutive times. Here's the pitch to Randy Velarde, the shortstop, with 2 outs in the bottom of the seventh. A 5-2 Red Sox lead. 4-12, and that's going to be ground ball second base. So that's the 4th consecutive ground out to second base by Randy Velarde. Don Mattingly. And that's it. So that leaves Don Mattingly on deck. And it's going to be Mo Vaughn. Mo Vaughn leading it off. And we're going to get a new pitcher for the Yankees. It's going to be, who's it going to be? What did we say pitched in this game? Javier Cadaret. I picked these cards up on one of the forums. The guy was selling a bunch of different years. I picked up 2 different sets. So Greg Cadaret was 4-8 with a 4.25 ERA. He's going to come into pitch, and we're going to make him. What color are we going to make him? Make him yellow. Make him yellow. He's going to be facing Vaughn, Pena, and Rivera. Here's the pitch from Greg Cadaret to Mo Vaughn. That's a 1-5, and that's ball 4. So Mo Vaughn walks. He's 1 for 3 on the day, and now with a walk. So he's reached base twice. Top of the 8th, 5-2 Red Sox. Tony Pena, who's 0 for 3, lined out twice and struck out. A 5-8, and that's ball 4. Back-to-back walks by Greg Cadaret. And it's Rivera, Luis Rivera. Luis Rivera is going to bunt. Oh, wait. I think we got to throw 2 dice for the bunt, I believe. That's an 8. Let's see what that looks like. An 8. Sacrifice. An 8 is batter is thrown out at first base, runners advance 1 base. So it's a successful sacrifice. And it's 1-4, we're going to say. And both runners move up. And that 9 with circled 9 means that the 9th place batter moved him to second. He moved up to third on the sacrifice. I want to write 2 sacrifices because that seems like there was 2 sacrifices. And there was only 1. So Wade Boggs now. Wade Boggs with runners on second and third. And 1 out. Wade Boggs did not have – normally you'd walk Wade Boggs. But he batted .259 in 1992. Here's the pitch to Boggs. It's going to be a 5-11. 5-11 is a ground ball pitcher X. Cadaret is a 2. So we're going to look at that. He's a 2, so that's a pretty decent fielder. And we rolled a 14. That's going to be a out 3. Runner on first, out going to second. No. Completion of others, runners advance. So it's a comebacker, but that's going to allow a run to score. And going to third is Pena. 1-3 RBI ground out for Wade Boggs. So ground out to Cadaret, who throws out his only out was first base, and he goes there, but that allows a run to score and allows Pena to go to third. Nice bunt by, an effective ground out by Wade Boggs. Gets an RBI for that, and it's Jody Reed. Here's the pitch to Jody Reed. Let's get this one going here. So it's a 4-10. A 4-10 is ground out to third base, 16. Third baseman is Charlie Hayes. He's a 2. 16 is a ball that's handled by Hayes. Fires to first. Out number 3. But the Red Sox pick up 1 run. No hits. They leave 1. And at the end of 7.5, it's 6-2 Red Sox. Roger Clemens against Don Mattingly. Mattingly batted .287, but hit 40 doubles, but only 14 home runs. Think about that. Lefty, I mean, he hit to all fields, but he could pull the ball when he needed to. And that short right field porch in Yankee Stadium should have offered much more opportunity to hit many more home runs than the 14 that he hit. He was starting to have back issues in 92. That kind of affected him in 93, 94, and 95. I think he retires finally in 95. So it's Roger Clemens against Don Mattingly here in the bottom of the 8th. We're going to see if Mattingly can complete the game. That's going to be a 2-4. A 2-4 is popped up, and this is Jody Reed. 1 away. Next is Roberto Kelly. Kelly is 1 for 3, grounded out, singled, and struck out. The pitch from Clemens. It's a 6-3. That's a fly ball X16 to right field. Right fielder is a 4. Right fielder is a 4, and we rolled a 16, and that's going to be a single, and it's misplayed. And it's going to be an E9, allowing Kelly to reach second base. So it's a single and an E9, and that's the second error by they have one there and they have one here by the Red Sox. So Kelly's on at second base, and it's Mel Hall. Here's the pitch to Mel Hall, who's 0 for 3, and that's a 3-11. That's lined, base hit single. Kelly is going to stop at third, down by 4 runs here in the bottom of the 8th. So first and third now for Danny Tartabull. There's action in the Red Sox bullpen. And that is the pitch to Tartabull. 3-7. 3-7. That's a strikeout. Tartabull swings through that one for out number 2. And Clemens went the complete game in this one. He lost the game, but he went a complete game. Gave up 4 earned runs. So there's 2 outs, and it's going to be Matt Noakes. Runners on first and third. Here's the pitch to Noakes. It's a 4-9. 4-9 is ball 4. So bases are now loaded for Jesse Barfield. And let me check and see who the next night's pitchers are. So I can bring that guy in because I think they're going to need still 6-4. So we can still let him face one more batter. considering the era that it's in. Darwin is a guy who pitched at that time. I guess it's Danny Darwin. Danny Darwin pitched. I don't know that he was a closer or anything like that. Danny Darwin only had 3 saves, but we can bring him in if we need to. We're going to let bases loaded. We're going to let Barfield face Clemens. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 5-7 ground ball, second base, X, 17. Second baseman is Reed is a 2. Reed is a 2, so 17 is going to be an out. At first, Reed throws out Barfield, and that retires the side. Yanks leave 3, score none. At the end of 8, 6-2. Red Sox. Go to the top of the 9th. Greg Cadaret pitching. We're going to have some fun with the yellow here. It's nice when you highlight it. It really stands out. See that? Yeah. It's a different way of doing stuff. No right or wrong way to do this, but it kind of helps me identify who's pitching. So first it was Habian. Then it was Cadaret. And one was Cadaret's yellow. See that? And Habian was green. So that helps me there visualize. So Mike Greenwell, who is 1 for 3, steps in the box. Greg Cadaret looks in at Noakes for the sign. Here's the pitch. It's a 5-4 ground ball shortstop. It's a 9. The shortstop, Velarde, is a 4. That's terrible. He's a horrible shortstop. And that's a 9. The 9 is going to be an out. So makes a nice play on this one. 1 away. Velarde showing off his leather. Oh, it's Burks. 6-4. It's a fly ball, shallow left. In comes Hall. He's there. 2 away. And with 2 outs here in the top of the 9th, Phil Plantier, or Plantier, I believe it is, 0 for 4. 1-6. That's a strikeout. Take down swing. 3 up, 3 down. Cadaret looking good. Walks off the mound. Proud of himself. And we're gonna. So he's if the Yanks can come back here and rally, he's going to be the winning pitcher. But we don't know if that's going to happen. The Yanks need to score 4 in the bottom of the 9th. I'm going to try to let Clemens go the distance. It's going to be Charlie Hayes. That's a 5-10. It's a ground ball second base. Reed is there. Pat Kelly batted 226. So let's look for a pinch hitter. Who pinch hit in this game, or who was pinch hitting during this time? Let's see real quickly here. Yankees pinch hit. Nobody in that game. Who else did they have? Williams. Bernie Williams is on the team, so we're going to bring in Bernie Williams. Good old Bernie Williams. He's part of the Yankee dynasty in the late 90s, early 2000s. And he's on this team. This is, I believe, his first year on the team. Batted 280 with 5 home runs. So Williams is going to bat for Pat Kelly. Pinch hitter, Bernie Williams. It's a jazz musician. He's kind of a renaissance man, Bernie Williams. Can do it all. Very low-key, soft-spoken, kind person. Bernie Williams, very, very well-liked. Avoided all types of scandal any kind. And that's not easy to do when you play in New York. Bernie Williams with one out here in the bottom of the ninth. The Red Sox are up by a score of 6-2. Roger Clemens on the mound for the Sox, trying to go to the distance in 1992. I mean, he pitched 246 innings, allowed 203 hits, and only 11 home runs. That's. I heard of a pitcher that gave up like 20 home runs in like 50 innings just the other day. That's just, boggles the mind. Bernie Williams, Roger Clemens, sets, deals. 5-7, 5-7, ground ball, second base. Again to Reed. Reed is a 2. We rolled a 5. That's going to be a ball that Reed gets to. And, just gets Bernie Williams by half a step, hustling down that line. 4-3, but I'll tell you, Reed has had tremendous action over there during the course of this game. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 ground balls. He's got 11 assists and a bunch of putouts as well. He got a put out there, 2 putouts, 3 putouts, and 3 putouts. So I mean, he's working overtime over there. Jody Reed at second base working overtime. And now it's Randy Velarde. Velarde's 0 for 4. Velarde's grounded out. He's given Jody Reed most of his work on the day. He's grounded out 4 consecutive times. Now, I haven't seen that happen very often. I don't know if you guys have seen that very often. Grounded out to second base 4 consecutive times. So, and he's got 11 assists. Jody Reed on the Red Sox, 11 assists, 3 putouts. And Randy Velarde has been his best customer. So with 2 outs here in the bottom of the ninth, 6-2 Red Sox. The Yanks down to their last out. Here's the pitch by Clemens, 6-7, and that's popped up. And who's going to get it? Take a guess. Reed. And that's out number 3, and that's the ball game. Jody Reed, holy smokes, 4 putouts, 11 assists. He's everywhere. And Roger Clemens is going to get the win. Roger Clemens goes the distance, pitches 9, gives up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 hitter, 2 runs, 2 earned runs. He walks 1, 2, 3, walked 3, struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was no home runs. For the win, Roger Clemens, going to have to give him the MVP of the day. Sanderson went 5 innings. He gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 hits in 5 innings. You have 5 runs all earned. He walked 1, 2, 3, 4. Walked 4. Struck out 5. And gave up, I believe, 1 home run. And then it was Habian, gave up a hit in 2 innings of work. 1 strikeout, no walks, no runs. And Cataray gave up 2 walks, went 2 innings, no hits, 1 run. Maybe we should have been playing in, but we weren't, I don't think. On 2 walks and a strikeout, strikes out 1. And Sanderson's going to get the loss. Final score, Red Sox 6, Yankees 2. Question for the free giveaway of these cards. I don't know. What was Bernie Williams' number? What was Bernie Williams' number? Bernie Williams made an appearance as a pinch hitter. He grounded out. What was his number on the Yankees? He was part of the dynasty, the Yankees dynasty in the late 90s. So send me a combatpainter@yahoo.com. talk about the Strat giveaway. Mention the Strat giveaway just mention the Strat giveaway, and that's it, guys. All right. My cat says so long. Yankees lose this one. Let's get the closing music here. That you have to. We gotta get the closing music. And this is CP Cards and Dice, and replaying the opening day of 1992. And send me the answer to the question to get the two teams, the two Strat-O-Matic teams, the 62 Giants and the 1927 Yankees. I'll mail to you. Take care. I'll see you soon. There's more games to be played this weekend. CP Cards and Dice saying so long.